The Lakeview neighborhood in Chicago has long been a magnet for youth, many of them estranged from their families and marginalized by society. Since 2010, Broadway United Methodist Church has been opening its doors twice a month for Youth Lounge. It's what the church calls radical hospitality. For more, we welcome Cindy Grissom, a Youth Lounge ambassador and community outreach coordinator at Broadway Church. We also welcome Stacy Preston, a Youth Lounge member. Thank you for being here. So, how did Youth Lounge get started?
Youth Lounge got started about 3 years ago. In 2010, the pastor of our church, Lois Parr, and another member, Z, decided that the youth of our community needed an outreach. It's part of the church's ministry. And what they were finding is that there were several homeless youth. In Chicago alone, there's 15,000 homeless youth. And so they started an outreach. It just started out very small in our the lobby of our church, which they call Fellowship Hall. About 20 youth they invited, and they had a home-cooked meal, and they brought a TV and some movies, and they started out that way, and now it's blossomed into between 60 and 70, 75 youth, and it's taken up the whole basement of our church. Mm.
And Stacy, you're a member at the Youth Lounge. How did you find Youth Lounge?
Well, I actually found Youth Lounge just going to the center on Halsted for various purposes, like their youth space that they still actually have. I was actually invited by the member Z because she was telling me about it was happening this particular Saturday, and I went, and ever since then I've enjoyed it. So
what happens on a typical day at Youth Lounge?
Well, a typical day at Youth Lounge would be, I would always be like one of the first people there, of course. Mm-hmm. You mainly eat, socialize, talk to like all of the different volunteers. That's just me personally. And then like network and socialize with some of the people you know and some you may not know. Listen to music.
We do manicures and pedicures. Okay. We have a clothes closet where they can get gently used clothing items, shoes, purses, jewelry. We're just starting a workshop for creative writing. A writer's workshop. We're also having a creative, she doesn't know this because this is just coming up. We're having a creative corner where we're going to be having sketch pads, notepads, different things. So if they want to do poetry, if they want to sketch, if they want to do their art, there's a place that they can do it. Mm-hmm. We're also going to have someone come in from time to time for jewelry making. He's a professional jewelry maker. We have someone that's agreed to do voice lessons. We have someone else that's ready to do an improv class. So there's a lot of exciting things.
It sounds like there's a lot going on there.
There is a lot going on.
Something for everybody, probably.
Yes, yes.
And these are the types of programs that you don't typically affiliate with churches. And so, Stacy, has this changed the way that you view church at all, or?
I think so, actually. Because I think most of the time when you think of a church, you always think of one religion in particular, and you always think about the people who are always going to be in Sunday's best clothes instead of jeans and like a regular t-shirt that we all wear every Saturday.
Mm. So why is this an important part of Broadway's mission?
Broadway is a very unique church, and Broadway, everyone is accepted in our church. Everyone is loved in our church. And the LGBTQ community really needed an outreach. The youth did. They had the homeless youth had nowhere to go. They weren't accepted in some of the regular shelters, the regular organizations. So we wanted to provide a safe space for them. That's the most important, is someplace safe for our youth.
The theme of Youth Lounge is radical hospitality. What does that mean to you?
The radical hospitality for me with Youth Lounge is we invite every youth in. Maybe other youth that have been asked to leave other groups, or youth that have problems, or homeless youth. We welcome everyone. So it's never an issue who comes to our youth. We don't check backpacks. We don't have metal bars. Mm-hmm. Everyone's welcome. We figure that if we treat our youth with respect, they're going to rise to the occasion. And that's the biggest, I feel, difference that we have with our Youth Lounge, is that it's a place for our youth. It's their space. And now we're making it a safe space for everyone.
And how do you think, Cindy, this goes towards speaking to the long-term issue and problem of children on the street and kids on the street. How do you think that the Youth Lounge helps that?
You know, I really don't know how to answer that. I know for right now, we're giving them a safe space. We're teaching them respect. We're not teaching them respect, we're showing them respect. And in turn, they're learning that you can trust people, you can better yourself, you can trust. And as the Youth Lounge grows, we hope that our outreach will grow into more programs that maybe can help that a little better. But for right now, we're giving them a safe space, and we call it our love work. We give them a home-cooked meal and lots of love and other opportunities, creative opportunities to express themselves.
Stacey, when young people come through in and out of the Youth Lounge, what do you think that they need most that brings them there into the program?
I think mainly what majority of youth need, including myself, would definitely be the love, attention, and support from the volunteers and someone to be able to talk to about different life situations, and also the food.
Always the food, right?
Yeah.
Food and fun will work every time. But it sounds like you all have some real ministry happening as well that's really helping change some lives of some young people on the streets, so that's incredible. So Cindy, how can somebody get involved with Youth Lounge? Where would they go? Who would they talk to?
They would talk to me. I would be the best since I'm the ambassador. And they would it's yllakeview@gmail.com. And then I will set them up with an orientation program, get information from them, and they can start as soon as they do the orientation. It's very, very easy. And we have a lot of different times that they can volunteer. They're not locked into the second and fourth Saturday every month. They're not locked into that. So we try to make it convenient for our volunteers as well.
Thank you, Cindy and Stacey, for being a part of the program today and for the amazing work that you all are doing in the city of Chicago. Many blessings and continued success for you and for these young people. They need it so much. I'm Julian DeShazier for Different Drummers and the Greater Chicago Broadcast Ministries. Keep the faith.